Shipwrecked, Chapter 7. The roar of the plane's propeller grows louder as it approaches Moko. It's headed this way. Look. Looks like a cargo plane. They've got to be able to see the smoke by now. Race along the peak with her at your heels, following the plane as it soars directly overhead. Down here! I need to jump and look down, grab a log from the fire, yell as loud as I can, jump and or grab a log. You take one of the logs from the fire pit and wave it in the air over your head. They have gotta notice this. We're right here. We're alive. She stands at the edge of the cliff, furiously waving her arms at the plane. You can't leave us here. Bonfire rages behind you, its flames licking the air and sending a steady column of smoke into the air. But the plane remains on course, crossing over the island and disappearing into the thick clouds on the far side. It won't be the only one. We just need to keep the fire going until then. Toss another tinder into the fire, resolved to keep the flames alive. There's no point. Her voice cuts through the air like a knife. We not getting rescued. Wow, Miss Optimistic went narcissist very quickly. You whirl in her face. You're confused to find rage etched in her features. What are you talking about? Or pessimist, may I say. Don't you see? No one out here cares what happens to us. It's not true. Someone will come for us. Who? You have no radio, no cell phone, no flares. The damn plane didn't even notice us, even with all the smoke. The stress of the past few days surges up all at once. Her words snap something within you. I'm not giving up after one failure. It's a single plane. There will be others. I'm not stopping until we're off this island. She moves closer to you, meeting the challenge head-on. You can see the tension in her taut muscles. I'm telling you now, it's a waste of time. You take another step towards her, not backing down. She's close enough for you to feel her breath on your face. Unlike you, I refuse to give up on people so easily. You're the most goddamn stubborn man I've ever met. Yeah, and you're the most stubborn woman I've ever met. Suddenly, droplets of rain begin falling from the sky. They quickly become a torrent that washes away the mud, soaks your clothes in seconds, also kills down that fire. Well, I'm sorry. You're stuck here with me. I'm sure you would prefer to be stranded alone. This has nothing to do with how I feel about you. Oh, how could it not? Or how could it? You obviously don't feel anything. Water drips from her eyelashes and rivulets trail down the toned muscles of her arms as she sees. Can't you see it? She stops herself short, then turns on her heel toward the bonfire, which is now little more than embers in the downpour. Don't walk away again. Just admit it. You don't care about me. You only kissed me because I was a convenient, warm body. She turns back towards you. The heat in her eyes is just a searing, but it's a different kind of passion this time. You don't get it. Try me. That's all it takes. She discloses the distance between you in a few strides, grips both of your arms roughly, and kisses you deeply. Your anger melts away as her lips crash against yours. She encircles you in a firm, almost demanding embrace as she kisses you with a hunger you've never felt before. You drive me wild. You tug the fabric of her shirt, pulling her mouth to yours once more. Her fingers press against your back. The heat of her touching burns through your clothes to your fiery skin. The unrelenting rain, the night sky, everything else fades as you lose yourself in her intoxicating presence. Her voice is a growl in your ear. Sometimes is all I can think about is how much I want you, I need you. Tell her you want all of her. So what are you waiting for? Take me. Grab your arms around her neck, tugging her mouth to yours. Her response is instantaneous, matching your ferocity of your need for her. John. Shh. Words are lost as her tongue intertwines with yours, her every motion perfectly matching your own in a passionate dance. You suck at her bottom lip, savoring the sharp contrast between the cool rain on her lips and the heat of her skin. Her hands slide along your hips to the small of your back, where she splays her palms out, as though to touch as much of you at once as possible. You press your body harder against her, fitting yourself flush against the whole of her, like puzzle pieces. I want you so bad, it feels like every inch of me is on fire. There's a reason for that. Arousal causes... Yes, Mr. Scientist, no shit. She captures your mouth in a fierce kiss, silencing the rest of your scientific explanation. Less talking, more kissing. So that's how she wants to play it, huh? I should... bite her neck. Biting. Arrgh! You break from her, shifting to kiss her neck. Just as she lets out a low moan, you press your teeth into her slick skin, biting just hard enough for her to feel it. Okay, I get it, Doc. Whatever science nonsense you want to keep doing that. What, this? Drag your teeth across her collarbone, earning a groan that rumbles from deep in her throat. You are goddamn insufferable. You spare a moment to flash her a knowing grin before capturing her lips once more. You moan against her as her hands begin to roam your body, sliding down your waist and lower back to glide over your ass. She tugs at the wet fabric clinging to your body, starting to peel it away. You're suddenly desperate to have her rain-slicked skin against yours. Screw it for once in my life. Spurred on! You rip at the buttons of her red shirt, tug it open, pulling your lips apart, only long enough to yank her over her head. You don't waste any time. This seems like a moment of urgency. You make quick work of her shorts, letting fingers graze her inner thighs as you ease the fabric down. Not when I have you in front of me. Your breath catches as you pull back to take in the sight of her toned form, the rainwater streaming along the shapely contours of her body. Like what you see? I do, but I'd rather feel it. She lets out a chuckle, snaking an arm around your waist to bring you back to her. She skillfully unfastens your clothing, her eyes never leaving yours, as she tears each garment from your form, leaving you just as naked as her. That's better. Moonlight peeks through the clouds as the downpour subsides, glistening off your skin and highlighting the musculature of your chest and stomach. Wow. What? You look incredibly sexy. You smirk and press your body against hers, relishing the sensation of her bare skin on yours as you chart her body with your hands. Her patience is clear. She quickly does away with what little fabric remains between you, and lets her hands trace a line down your torso, slowly to a teasing pace just above your thighs. Tuck her down onto you. Come here. You lower yourself onto your back in the soft grass, pulling her down with you. She braces herself on an arm on either side, her muscles tense in a way that makes you ache between your legs. She hovers over you with a smirk, allowing you to run your hands along her bare form, savoring the firmness of her body. This doesn't change the fact that you're still one of the most stubborn know-it-all. No, now it's your turn to shut up and kiss me. Her lips are on yours once more, kisses rising to a fever pitch. She reaches down to grip you in her hand, cradling your weight in her palm. Let's just say we had to skip over some very detailed shit that remind me again how this app is literally PG, or rated T for teen. I don't know. The rain abates entirely as you catch your breath by hand side, the clouds clearing to reveal a sky glittering with stars. The two of you cling to each other, your arms offering enough warmth and shelter to get you through the darkest hour of the night. I was, wow. Yeah, it was something. But we should get some sleep. It'll be a long day tomorrow. She nestles her body against yours, the heat of her bare back radiating against her chest. It doesn't take long for you to fall into a contented slumber. The next day, awkwardness hangs heavy in the air as you journey back to camp. You trail behind her, she retraces your steps down the mountain. Neither of you mentions the fight from last night. Or what happened last night. She can't just ignore me the entire trip down, right? She passes just ahead, carefully observing the forked trail. This way. Right. Without even a glance back, she presses deeper into the jungle. Hey, you know what? It takes two to have a conversation. Did you know that? Like, seriously, you should just, maybe converse with her. Show her that, you two can just be normal without the awkwardness. Typically, that's what happens with a lot of these things. Oh no, it's our first time. Better have awkwardness. as if it isn't human nature. Your mind wanders as you process the underrush, thinking of the events of the previous night. Suddenly your foot catches on an exposed root and you stumble forward. Whoa. John. She immediately lunges towards you, steadying you. You clutch your shoulders, acutely aware of how close you are as you regain your balance. Thanks. It's what I'm here for. Your bond was high enough to keep you from falling. No, I think that's just called being nice. Come on, we don't have time to waste. She turns and starts back off down the mountainside. Reluctantly, you follow. So, last night was nice. I mean, I at least had fun. Memories immediately flood your head, your hot, sweaty bodies tangled together in the rain, or searing kisses, the sound of mutual pleasure filling the air. Something about buttons. And I'm not talking about what's on her shirt. I mean, what? She grunts, not bothering to turn around. She continues her unrelenting pace forward. Or maybe I was wrong. What that was. And when she doesn't respond, you hurry ahead and step into her path, forcing her to finally look at you. You feel your heart pounding in your chest. You can't just run away from last night forever. I'm not running, I'm facing the facts. You and I, this will never work. Ouch. You feel a sharp pain in your chest, and your head swims as she moves past you towards the cam. After a minute, you sprint to catch up to her. You burst onto the sand as she settles around the smoldering fire pit. Oh, I guess it's smoldering. I guess it just stayed all night, huh? This conversation isn't over. I'm tired of you shutting me out. You want me to say it? Fine. Last night was a mistake. Ah, yeah, there's reason number 2. Another pain in your heart. You study her expression carefully. Why are you pushing me away? Newsflash, we're alone on an island together. You have to start trusting me sometime. I do, What do you want me to say? It was a moment of weakness. It doesn't change what we come from 2 different worlds. Bullshit. You wouldn't think so if you knew what it's like to live in my shoes. She storms off towards the ocean, with you right on her tail. What do you mean? Don't shut me out now, please. She sits on one of the large boulders at the water's edge, her shoulders slumped in defeat. You really are stubborn. Only when I have to be. You join her and catch a hint of a smirk on her face. After a moment, she lets out a heavy sigh. Someone like you can afford to rely on other people. I've learned the hard way that people like me can't. Oh, so basically she's like me. Got it. When everything you have fits on a deck of a boat, it's too easy for one person to take it all away. Is this all about the business partner you mentioned? She clenches her fist and looks into the distance. It's about her and it's about you. It took me a long time to rebuild my life after what happened. I don't take risks like that anymore. And then I came along. I know you're hurt, but not every stranger is the same. There are plenty of good people out there. Yeah, so I'm told. But you'll never see that if you shut everyone out. I didn't shut you out. You certainly tried. I'm just more persistent than you are stubborn. Just do me a favor, don't give up on someone coming to save us just yet. She lets out another heavy sigh, running a hand over her face. Yeah, well, we'll never make it long enough for that if we don't keep our energy up. Content, for now. You nod in agreement. The heavy tension in the air seems to ease slightly, even if the things remain unsettled between the two of you. Right, we should eat more coconuts. We should both have something heartier. Coconuts and dragon fruit won't cut it. We're gonna go hunting for fish and maybe crab, aren't we? He thinks for a moment, flashing a smile. She seems to have a great idea. Actually, ever been spearfishing, Doc? I called it. She leads you down the beach to a protected cove, carving a few sticks into points as she walks. You can already see the shallow water teeming with fish. Here, you'll need this. Watch out for the pointy end. You know how to use it. I know the pointy end goes in the fish. There's a little more to it than that I could teach you. And what do I get out of the arrangement? Aside from more food and a useful skill, if you're good enough, I'll take you somewhere special. A secret spot I found. Spearfishing. Spearfishing in her undies, I guess. A good scientist always defers to the expert. After you both strip your clothes and guide you into shallow water, twirling her spear deftly between her fingers as fish bounce beneath the surface. The important thing is patience. Let the fish come to you. Oh, and above all, don't throw your spear. Why? Worried I'm gonna lose it? Yes, and then I'll be teaching you how whittling and spearfishing before we can eat. Here, start like this. Basically, the spear is an extension of your arm. You are reaching down, essentially, to catch the fish. She steps behind you, positioning your body like a shadow of your own. She wraps her hands around yours and bends her legs, silently urging you to do the same. You mimic her stance, crouching slightly and arching her back against her chest. Her whisper tickles your ear. Now, the light plays tricks. You have to aim right below your target. Oh, right, because of refraction. But it's difficult. With it. You know what, I'm gonna go with certain someone. Yeah. Hey, how can I choose a single target? There must be at least a dozen types here. You're eating it, not studying it. We only need one. She points at a fish as it gets closer to you. You aim the tip of your spear just below its belly. Together. 3, 2, 1. You lunge in sync with her, and your spear pierces the fish easily. You pull it out and admire your catch. Yes, got one. You, will be remembered for your sacrifice to your fish. We'll eat, well, tonight because of this little guy. It's actually a female. Just look at the... One more word and I just know you're gonna ruin my appetite. You shuffle out of the shallow water to deposit your fish into a large woven basket. One down, a lot more to go, and I think you're good enough to venture further out. Bet we'll see some fantastic specimens out here. She lets out a soft chuckle and heads into the water. She glances back over her shoulder at you. You coming or what? Giggity. You hurry after her, swimming through the deeper water and into a cave nearby. The sun plays off the water, causing the chamber to glow a shimmering blue. That's pretty. It reminds me of the cave we visited our first day here. Because it's full of water? I was thinking because it's... full of new discoveries. Beneath the crystal clear surface, you point towards an octopus slinking along the ocean floor. Listen, quickly catch it. It's din-din in, like, Japan and other countries. Such a beautiful creature. Octopuses are some of the most intelligent creatures on the earth. Glance up and notice her watching you, an amused smirk playing across her lips. What? Nothing, just you. You feel an invisible pull beckoning you closer to her. You glance at her lips and remember the feel of them on yours last night. Then you hear her dart to the left. She dives underwater. What? You could have just said you needed some space. She chases after a shimmering fish, easily spearing it without a second glance. She returns to the surface, showing off her victorious catch. Oh, lucky catch. No, that's what some of us call skill, all courtesy of my grandfather. He made sure I could always provide for myself. And me, it turns out. You eye a fish, swimming, not far from you. Spear outstretched, you dive beneath the surface and lands it easily. Hey, score 2 for Dr. Lico. You head to the surface towards an unsuspecting Anne. Now's my time to strike. I should surprise her with a... Yeah, who cares? Reach the surface and crash your lips against hers. After a brief shock, she deepens the kiss. She catches your lips between her teeth, causing you to moan into her mouth. And your fingers dig into her back, begging you closer with her touch, or your touch. Her every kiss leaves you desperate for more as your tongue swirls together. Your body aches for her touch everywhere. Your hand slides down her body and plays with the waistband of her underwear. I need you. She pulls away to catch her breath. Her eyes darken with desire, remaining trained on your lips. You lean in, drawn to her as though under a spell. Your lips part in anticipation, but her body suddenly tenses and she pulls away. She refuses to meet your eyes as she mutters, "This food won't catch itself. You better look further out." She swims away towards the cave entrance. You hesitate for a moment, watching her, and then follow. Right, it's fish I'm supposed to be catching. Let's not go without Den. I mean, what? The two of you wade further out into the coral reef as you tread water. Dozens of schools will move around you. Bigger fish out here should keep our bellies full longer. You hold the spear, like she taught you, and aim just underneath a large tuna headed right for you. Ah, tuna. Thrust my spear. You wait patiently for the tuna to come closer, and when you jab with your spear, piercing the fish through the side. Gotcha. Yeah, we're eating well tonight. If we dry what we catch, we'll eat well all week. As you head to the shore and deposit your fish, you let out a gasp as the fish moving between you and Anne. It's a tetradonidite. A what? A pufferfish. Hey, currently without the puff. They're cute little guys. Pufferfish's organs contain tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times deadlier than cyanide. A single fish can kill 300 people. Yeah, and so they cut it up, right? It's a delicacy. You have to actually sign a waiver to eat it so that you or your family doesn't sue the place that's serving it. I knew they were dangerous, but not that dangerous. There's literally, like, fish, like, people who culinary cut them up that have to be experts at cutting because one sliver, like, 0.1, like, centimeter can kill a person. No joke. She swims away from the fish, careful to avoid its quills. And everyone's sitting there going, "You're like both of them combined. Shut up." Any other life-saving bits I should be aware of? Maybe not life-saving, but did you know the, catfish have more taste buds than humans? How interesting. Imagine tasting coffee as a catfish. Oh god, my god. I have around 100,000 taste buds, while humans only have 10,000. Seems like a waste. We eat so much, and catfish eat snails and algae. Maybe if we could taste every detail like them, we'd like the taste of algae too. I think I'd rather just eat the catfish. What happens if you realize the catfish is eating you back? Ta-dum! Just then, you let out another gasp as the two sea turtles swim by. I've never seen them so close before. They are cute. Look, did you know that the nest temperature of a sea turtle affects their sex? Yep. Oh, well. Oh, what about that the 7 existing types of sea turtles can be separated into hard-shelled and leathery-shelled? You've got to be kidding me. That's a wild Linkily legvita, otherwise known as a blue sea star. You excitedly point to the bright blue creature spread out on a piece of coral. She lets out a heavy sigh beside you. Maybe you should spend less time on creatures we can't eat, and more time on fish we can. I'm allowed to be excited about this. Except you're leaving me to catch everything. I am not. I'm helping. Prove it, catch a fish. I've already caught 2. What have you caught? I ain't seen you catch shit. She abruptly turns around, swimming away. Wait, no, she caught the one in the cave. You grip the spear to your hand, looking for your next target, and throw it at her back and kill her. I mean, you'll be the meal for tonight. I mean, what? But instead, you know something swimming towards her. A jellyfish. Oh, no. And look out! Why? Did you spawn another cool turtle? No! You need to move! You hurry to swim towards her, pushing out of the way before the jellyfish wraps around her leg. Hey! Managed to save her, but the jellyfish's tentacle wraps around your ankle. Ow! A sharp burning pain shoots up your leg. You crumple in the water, your leg pulsating from the sting as your vision goes hazy. She hovers over you. John, hold on, I got you. Oh, for the love of Christ, can you not do anything for yourself? You're like an infant. All because you saved her. Now she's gotta save you. For the love of Christ. Suck out the venom, woman. It's in my ankle. Anyway. Anyway, hopefully you guys chuckled during that. Without further ado, please make sure to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. You know, hit that bell to receive notifications of when I upload content. It would mean a lot to me, as, you know, basically my goal is to entertain you guys, you know, but also grow this community, grow this channel. You know, again, a content creator is nobody without you as a community helping to get their stuff out there, and also making sure that you enjoy it. And thanks for watching. Peace out.